Hey guys, welcome to Next Level Tennis. I'm Daniel Kuznetsov, and coming off the back of our previous video of the top 5 ways you can develop your tennis by hitting against the wall, we're going to give you the top 5 things to look out for when you're hitting against the wall. So there are many benefits when hitting against the wall, but there are also bad habits that you may develop that you need to really look out for, otherwise they're going to start reflecting on the tennis court. So our number 1 thing to look out for would be lack of movement or lack of intensity. If I'm working on my backhand against the wall, the ball's always going to come back to me the same. So I'm always going to find that I'm just standing there flat-footed hitting the backhand. I'm not developing anything in my game there. So what I would want to do to get the most out of it would be using my feet, keeping the intensity and moving around the ball, making sure I'm actually hitting a quality ball. So this is how I would do it. So I would hit my backhand, but I would always be adjusting with my feet, keeping the intensity, making sure I'm hitting quality shots to further develop my game. The second thing to look out for when hitting against the wall is bad technique. It's quite easy to develop a bad technique because the ball's always going to come the same from the wall, and you may get lazy at times and just hit the wrong shot, and you don't want that bad habit because it's going to then reflect on the tennis court. So you always want to have a purpose with your technique when you're playing on the wall. So for me, my purpose is to always get underneath the ball, so I don't want to be getting any lazy feet or getting lazy with my technique and just getting over the top of the ball. I always want to be getting underneath the ball. That way I can really get the most out of hitting against the wall, and then I can really have it shine on the tennis court. The third thing to look out for when hitting against the wall is your positioning. It's a really crucial component that will reflect on the tennis court if you position yourself wrong for each shot that you hit. So here I'm going to demonstrate some volleys, and I'm going to demonstrate the wrong positioning. So here I'll be working my volleys, but as you can see, my positioning, I'm front on. I'm not getting side on my volleys, and that's going to develop a bad habit that's going to reflect on the tennis court. So my goal would be to work my volleys, but with the right positioning. So I want to make sure I'm getting side on against the wall, because that is the correct habit to have on the tennis court. So when I'm working my volleys, I'm going to make sure I'm getting side on all the time, okay? Even on my backhand. That's the correct way to hit a volley, and that's the correct way to work on your positioning, and this can be done with any shot. Make sure you position yourself correctly. The fourth thing to look out for when hitting against the wall, and is the most crucial by far, is having no purpose. Just like practicing on the tennis court, you gotta have purpose to fully get the most out of your training, and the same reflects on the wall. Have purpose when you go out and hit against the wall. Either you're working your consistency or precision or movement. Have purpose, because that's going to give you the goal of the session, and you're going to really get the most out of it. So for me, if my purpose was to hit consistency, I wouldn't be aiming blatantly on the wall. I'd mark out an area or a box and just hit hundreds of balls into that area. That will then help me develop my consistency and then reflect on the court. Now that brings us to our fifth and final thing to look out for when hitting against the wall, and that's understanding that a wall and a tennis court are two separate things. You can't be training on the wall all the time and developing your game. Although you feel great on the wall, that does not reflect how you may feel on the tennis court. Tennis court dimensions are different, the conditions are different, you're going to have different balls come at you. And you got to understand that just working on the wall is not going to help you improve your on-court game. It's best to work on both the wall and then practice on the tennis court. That will help you improve and develop your game to the max. Now guys, that's our top 5 things to look out for when hitting against the wall. Make sure you have great movement and intensity, focus on your technique and positioning, go out there on the wall with purpose, and make sure you understand the difference between a wall and a tennis court. Don't get me wrong, there are many benefits about hitting on the wall, and you can definitely check out our video by clicking the link up there. That will bring us to the end of this video. Please let us know what you thought of this video in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.